Islam nobles, Islam Moabites, peace and love to the Moorish nation and these Americas. I'm in the Northwest Territory, Northwest Quadrant of Amexem, Northwest Territory, a so-called corporation known as United States. So, what we talking about in this jump is Taraji P. Henson got a new movie called The Best of Enemies, or The Best Enemies. I need to go check that one out. And I got a project that I need all Moors to embark upon. I need y'all to go watch the movie first, and then notice in the movie what the mothers tells the young Moors when they go to tear up. There's a scene in the movie where the young Moors go to tear up. I don't want to give away too much of the movie, but they go to tear up a propaganda table of some interesting information. Now, this part is key, because what the mother says to these young men, to the mother being Taraji, she says, "What's wrong with y'all? Don't y'all know that that's they books right there? Don't y'all know that y'all can read those books? Don't y'all know that you can learn your enemy?" So-called enemy. I don't think they're the enemy no more, because y'all Moors need to first go watch that movie, Taraji P. Henson, called The Best Enemies. And then go get a PDF called the Klux Klan Principles and Standards. It's on Google. You can find it. Go read it. It's 11 pages long. Read the whole jump. Then after you're done with that, I need you to go get the PDF of the Quran off of Google and read it, the whole thing. I think that's 66 pages. Read it. Can somebody please tell me why the vice president of their organization is called the Caliph? The Caliph. You take the L out, you get Caliph. They got a Caliph, a Quran, and there, when you go to the Quran document, it shows you when they were brought into existence. Then they established Singhak, or whatever that translation they have is. First of all, it's in Latin. Second of all, well, you know what that Latin means. Take it back to Latin when you get to the Romans, and see what the heck you see when you read in Latin what the Roman kingdom was. Please go look at. We're gonna deal with some stuff on this one. We're gonna deal with some stuff because I'm tired. I'm tired of all the misconceptions. I'm tired of all of it. So we're gonna get this clear. Y'all go read that standards of that KKK document, the principles. Go read the Quran, right? Then and that the sigil, or the symbol in the front is dated for their establishment, the Brotherhood of the Ku Klux Klan, the Knights, right? 1915. Morris, why is that interesting? Why is that a oops moment? Why is that damn? Why is that the world felt like it just got dropped on your head? Why did your brain just melt into water? What alchemy just happened when it comes to the history? When you find out the day was established 1915, bro, that's 2 years after what? It goes to show you how deep this thing gets when it comes to what the prophet was doing out here. Qurans, Caliphs, and then when you read what they standards and principles is all about, they was in there talking about Constitution, honoring it, being against the Roman Catholics. What? Look, Moors, y'all don't understand. Look, do you understand what when they say Christian Protestantism? Do you know what that word, Christian Protestants? Because they said they was done with all the isms, meaning socialism, capitalism, dogmatism. They was done with all the isms. Now, we say that our religion is Islamism, but we gonna get to that, because ism is nothing but the study of a thing, or the following and belief in a thing to get to another stage. So Islamism, what does Islam mean? Peace. Peaceism. What is peaceism? Peaceism is the study and belief that peace can save yourself. Peace can get you to love. Peace can keep you in love. Peace will ground you. Peace is the opposite of war. Peace is light. Peace is darkness, if you know what true darkness is. So peace is one of the central points. Love, truth, peace, freedom, justice. So peace is in the middle. I don't want to give y'all the finger, but peace is in the middle. You know what I mean? Y'all don't understand the balance. You got to be at peace. So you got to know what peace is. A little bit of peace with love and truth will teach you what Islamism really is. So there's no such thing as religion when you know religion is religion, or going back or tying back to the original what? The original family. I don't play no games. So what is your religion? The European said his religion was Christian Protestants, being a Christian Protestant. What does that mean? Protestant. What does that mean? He don't want to go to war. He want peace. And he studies a Quran. Hold up, bro. Are they secretly saying that they was like on some Muslim stuff? Secretly? Why does it have to be a secret? Because half of their clique was in slavery. You gotta go look up, go on Google too. Type in when I say slavery, I mean mentally, like our people. Go on Google right now and look up. You never do the studies correctly, because if you were to study right, you would understand how to study the way he showed you. Like, put it like this. You want to find slavery? Type in African diaspora and it'll all pop up. So guess what? How come nobody ever typed in European diaspora? Go on Google right now, type in European diaspora. And it's not going to show you anything about a diaspora. It's going to show you how Europeans clean up what happened, which is nothing wrong. I want to know why our people haven't done that yet. If you believe you were a slave, why are you still saying stuff like, my grandfather raped my grandmother? That is not cool, bro. It's like you're disrespecting your grandmother by still calling the raper your grandfather. How about call him Mr. Raper? How about call him that? So, yeah, it gets stupid. It gets real dumb. But go on Google, type in European diaspora. You're going to see, instead of diaspora, it's going to pop up European immigration. So instead of European slave trade, they say European immigration. Instead of European slaves, they call themselves European industrialists. European immigrant industrialists. They just thought, like, why would I call myself something that ties me back to some history of like nothing? Literally, when you study modern day Europeans and follow those pale back, it don't go nowhere. It stops. It just, like, they have a part where in Europe, it's a book, you can get a book called Dirt, where they talk about how the Black Plague and a couple different diseases almost wiped out Europe. So things like that one of the main things is their males went sterile, their women went infertile, so they wasn't producing, bro. It was just straight you going. And the only thing that they seen was that we had the health, we had the women that was plentiful and booty, meaning they had the treasure. The gold treasure was the gold treasure. Their sons, bro. The sun's shining, right? They sons is the gold treasure. But they couldn't get them through what do you even call her? Their mothers, I guess. Because we say Moabite. I'm trying to think of Brittany. They couldn't get them from the Britneys. And that's key in the Albas. Jessica Alba, Britney Spears. Those is names, this slighting old names of what their countries that we placed them in were called. They have territories in this world. One of them is called Brittany. Today it's called Britain. Another territory. Now, mind you, I'm saying territories, not nations. Then I had another territory called Alba, later Albion. And this is where albinos come from, or the term albino comes from, because when you went to Albion, all pale people were there. Like how when you went to Mauritania, all dark-skinned people were there. It's just that's what it is. So albino became a distinction of what you call people when they look like this, all pale. You know what I mean? They lost all their pigment or melanin. Everybody has melanin. Everybody has melanin. We're not going to deal with this hate. Get that hate out of there. Like the KKK told y'all. Can't be no hater. The KKK said it. Be quiet. Look, you can't be no hater. Gotta be about your love and justice. You can't be about hate. You can't be about violence and destroying stuff. So what are they talking about when KKK burns a damn cross on somebody's lawn? What are they talking about when KKK burns a church down? Those aren't KKK. Those are rogue damn agents. Just like if I was to tell you about some Europeans to tell you about, look at those Black Panther members, they're inciting violence. Like, they can't be the real Black Panthers, because the real Black Panthers puts that Constitution. What you talking about? Anybody you see today talking about some coming to Detroit March, March 23rd for some, what the hell? Come to Detroit March 23rd for Reparations Day, because this fool named Ramzu Yunus, Ramzu, next name Yunus. Yunus. Go look this fool up, Ramzu Yunus, and he talk about he giving reparations back to his people in Detroit at City Hall March 23rd, because he got $600 billion from, wait till I tell y'all who y'all getting y'all reparations from. It's gonna kill y'all. About to get y'all reparations from Iran and Venezuela. What have they ever done to y'all? What have they ever done to y'all? Matter of fact, Mr. Ramzu, you call yourself black. Black people get into the military, the army, and they go and join wars and go over to other countries like Iran, fighting them, talking about dummy. So how the hell, why would they give us reparations? So no, that's a game. You want to know how it's a game? He even got a website. I'm not even gonna tell y'all about it because y'all dumb enough to go do it. You know how I know it's a game? Because he said he not giving y'all the $600 billion. He's not even showing y'all the bag. All he's showing you is pictures that he know people that might be Iran, whatever. He said, come to the town hall, John, and he just going, if you sign up on such stuff that I'm not going to tell y'all about, it's people crazy, then you're going to be able to get $1 million. Come out to Detroit and get $1 million. When I read the thing, it said Detroit residents. Okay, so let's deal with that. How are you a resident in a corporation unless you're a businessman? Do you have a business in a corporation with interest in it, in mercantile, in that territory known as Detroit Company? Do you have a subsidiary? Why are you calling yourself Detroit resident anyway? Secondary. So if I lived in near Detroit area, I wouldn't be able to get it anyway because I ain't no Detroit seeing the hell. So anyway, he's saying people come out there, get your $1 million just for signing up. Guess what though? Guess what? They are testing the dumbness of y'all idiots because this guy is an open agent because he does this all the time and never gets arrested for it. Key. The last time he did this, he said, come to Detroit again. Had the cops all up in arms because so many people came out there. They thought a riot was going to start because he was Mr. Black Panther in all white. Funny. I never seen Panther wear all white. Watch this bull. Who is this guy? Somebody talking about something. He got money and listen, connections with these nations. Anyway, he said a couple years ago, he told the same poor, incompetent, not incompetent as a slight, just saying that they didn't know any better. These people of Detroit, before he told them to come out, get $1 million in a housing voucher. Y'all gonna get free houses. Come on, guys. It's the same amount. No, my fault. It's not $1 million. It was $100,000. Let me get it right. He said, come out and you gonna get $100,000. Same amount of money that he's saying you're gonna get to this time with the reparations skit, because it's all a play, it's all an act. So back to that movie about Taraji and this, what our Moors are going to start doing. Y'all gonna have to go read the KKK manuals, and y'all gonna have to find me where it says in there, hate niggers, hate blacks. Show me where it said that. It says white supremacy, but when you read what he means by white supremacy, his white supremacy don't even have to do with all these other Europeans. Another thing, you gotta look up European diaspora or European immigration on Google. Go to the Wikipedia just to see what they are putting there. I know what all more, and Wikipedia. What the hell? Like, information is information, nigga. It's about getting in order. Nationality is the order of the day, but you don't have to get in one specific order to do it. It's many different ways to your nationality. How about some people just born knowing it? Some people, they find it planning stuff. They find it farming. Some people find it in jail. Some people find it getting rolled on. Some people find it when they married. Some people find it when they have all the children and they have 7 children or something. Like, it's not one way that you're going to know this or do this or come into this light. So why do we say stuff like, anything that has to do with not taking in information? Because look, you can go on Wikipedia and go right to the resources and look up the damn sources of it. So what's the point of saying, look, go on Wikipedia and you could say you go on there and find some information, right? Read a page. Somebody be like, oh, all that stuff ain't verifiable. This is how you verify it. Go look up the sources, the resources of who wrote these things. When you read the damn article, right? It'll be little blue numbers, small blue numbers at the end of the paragraphs. Click on it. It'll show you the link and source of where it came from. Don't tell me this is people just making it up. Well, if people just make stuff up and put it together, ain't that what books are? Ain't that what anything, any document, any knowledge, any science is just people putting thoughts together? And then where it becomes accredited, a book, a novel, published, is because a lot of people agree with that, which is just a fact though. It don't make it real, don't make it lawful. Brother Polite got over 90 books. Don't make it lawful. Don't make that statement true. Because I looked. I ain't got no damn knowledge. Not to throw shade, but we gotta be real. It's truth. What the heck is about? Like, what is this whole Noble Drew Ali? Man, answer my own question. Everybody's all gassed over what Noble Drew Ali did with like one pamphlet. He didn't even need, 2 pamphlets? Not even a book. He had 2 pamphlets. And he broke y'all heads open. What are you talking about? You can't, there's nothing people do in the day that could overdo the prophet. They're talking about Malcolm X again, like his name ain't Malik. These people are sellouts. You can't see that by now. I don't think you're meant to see it this time. These people are obviously sellouts. They're calling Malcolm X what his daughters don't call him. His daughters is named Shabazz. Why are they still calling him X? They sellouts. These same people are sit up there and tell you all about Malcolm X history and Malcolm and what Malcolm did. He exposed that on. Malcolm lied and did he deserve it? All that crap. Listen, how about this? How about Malcolm had El Hajj on his title after he went to Egypt and Mecca? Did he fake go to Egypt and Mecca, or did he really go? I asked that. Let me get that out of there. Crescent moon in the corner. Crescent moon of the sleep. I forgot that part. Just did this part. But anyway, these guys like go into their little debaucheries and just threw me off my point. What were we even speaking about? Oh man. What were we speaking about? I can't remember. Who knows? But I don't know. I'll probably watch this joint back, get the remembrance of it, because there's just so many things running through my mind after watching that Taraji P movie. It's like that joint really show you the racism as a tool used for business. It's not something you're supposed to run around mad about being a color or for. You're not colored. is a game. It's literally all a game. The governments that are dark-skinned people in the de facto government or de facto corporation robing itself, dressing itself, garbing itself, clothing itself as government. They have pale people and they have brown people or Moors. They have Moors and Europeans working together using racism as ploys. The guy who organized the so-called, what they call it, charrette. In the movie, they call it a charrette, to organize the people to get the European side to choose who they wanted to lead or what was going to be the ruling on school integration, choose on the dark-skinned side, the Moabite side, the Moorish side, who's going to be their representative and vote for their stuff. Anyway, they created a little Senate thing to see, what side was going to be for what. But this is the thing. They call it a charrette. What does charrette make you think of? Charade. Like a game, a play, an act. So they literally used the fuel of racism to come out with their integration scheme. Because integration was a scheme. People make it seem like that was a good thing for black and all that. We ain't need no help. If you study us financially and economically back then, if you have any family that still has their farm from back in the day, before, if it wasn't stolen from them in so-called slavery, which was nothing happened. It was just a land grab in the courts. It was over in breakfast time. That's why the prophet told you it'll be over in breakfast if we fight them on the right. Hold up. We challenge them on the right accord. It'll be over in breakfast time because a lot of these battles took place in courtrooms. So if we fight them in courtrooms, then favorable replies will get overturned. What we even think is a damn nation. Our nation is hidden under a whole bunch of corporate titles and vestiges. There's no such thing as Missouri. There's no such thing as the state of Missouri. There's a such thing as a state of misery. There's a such thing as being able to show somebody something. Show him, I gotta show you that you're from Missouri. There's no such thing as a state called it. Why did the prophet tell the Moors that? I gotta show you Moors that you're from Missouri. 2 reasons. Missouri is a show me state. And what do you get shown in Missouri? The case that got Moors baffled the case that the one Moor baffled himself out of his own birthright in a free state. So there was no, you went to that state to get tried only to represent yourself as who owned you. How do you think that will work? When I explain it the right way, it makes way more sense. Like Dred Scott said, yo, I'm not no slave of y'all. Y'all can't own me. I'm gonna go to a free state and fight for my freedom or get my freedom. Slave master was like, all right, better get your lawyer. Come, cause it's all business. You can't just run away from your contract with me. Anyway, he went and fought under Scott. He was owned by Mr. Scott or the Scott's family, whatever. He fought as Scott. Bro, how do you do that? How do you do that? If you're trying to, you would have to fight it how Muhammad Ali fought his. Like he said, he wasn't no Cassius Clay no more. He Ali. Because why did he say he did that? Why did Malcolm X say they did that? Why that whole story? You don't get this yet? There weren't the names that was put on them because those names put on the forefathers or whatever. That story. Because I don't even, look, we'll get to that story. I promise y'all. Slavery never happened the way y'all believe it do. But y'all believe it do, though. Like, we'll tell y'all that. The European will tell you that. He'll show you it. You'll read the books. But some reason, you'll believe the books that tell you about the slave stuff. And them, they aren't even really provable like that. But then we'll show you the books that show you this crap. Europeans will write these books. And y'all don't want to see them. You don't want to see the European tell you about what it really is. Because look, talking about some reparations. They not even for you. You fight for that, mess around, and have to pay somebody else. Look. Hold up, Moorish. Dang. Sash. Oh, my fault. Make America Moorish again. Mama. Yeah. So we in it. I mean, I see. Shout out to Frederick Ill. Seeing his video talking about you know, where's your refinement? Where's your refinement at? I guess they don't care about their refinement. I guess they don't care about refining the Negro. The Negro. They were slaves they were white and they were slaves. The untold history of the enslavement of whites in early America. Michael A. Hoffman II. Why is that? See, how come when this book is there and many other books like it, this is not the only book. This is what I just have right now. I think I got this one too off of, shout out to our Sarah Dugateers. Virginia Barbary of Sos, Tennessee. So we're gonna deal with that. Because I think they're saying Virginia Barbary is a name of a woman, I think. But in that, I already know how they're gonna do. They're gonna drop all the shit off right at my feet so I can pick it apart. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, it go through the years too. 18, yeah. Oh, I just seen a name. Hold up. Elihu. That reminds me of another book. Elihu, Esh, in November. You see that? Andrew, Elihu. Hold up, bro. What they doing? You can't do that. North Carolina. Yo! Oh, snap. Shout out to Frederick Ill. Shout out to North Carolina. See, Moors, I don't know. Christmas. Moors, you got to know how to read it. Let me do this for y'all. This is code. It's all code. See? Look, Morris. Her daughters in law, right? So we're dealing with daughters, Europeans, in law. All law, right? Show more restraint, wait until the next year. Bear sons. So the sons of the daughters being the Europeans. So you get Andrew, which ties you into somebody else, right? And Noble Drew. Not saying this is him, but just follow me. Noble Drew. So you get the daughters teaching the European sons Noble Drew. Not to be outdone. Not to be outdone, Barbary bore her 8th son. So watch. 7 sons, Morse. Barbary bore her 8th son, Elihu, in November. So this is saying about Europeans recognizing the connection with the Moorish paradigm. 17 times, murder, baby cheek, face with it, and Christmas. Yeah. Hey, North Carolina, you know where the prophet was born at. So I don't get it. Why do y'all refuse to look at this stuff? Y'all refuse to. Okay. Y'all refuse to do it, so I have to force it on you. I have to make you see it, because you don't want to see it. We gotta find. Oh, here it is. The Englishman William Edis, after observing white slaves in America in 1770s, wrote, "Generally speaking, they groaned between a worse than Egyptian bondage." That's not Negroes, guys. Worse than Egyptian. Letters from America, London, 1792. 17, yeah. What time frame was that? Treaty? Governor Sharp of Maryland Colony, right? It wasn't a state. Compared the property of the planters and their white slaves with the estate of an English farmer consisting of a multitude of cattle. Who were these planters of Maryland? Man, y'all, I'm telling y'all gotta do y'all research. Look, the Quock Walker case in Massachusetts in 1783, which is the Treaty of Paris, which ruled that slavery was contrary to the state's constitution, was applied equally to blacks and whites in Massachusetts. Why is that not told? Sit up here talking about some, listen. And guess what? Those is two statuses of the same individuals, the Europeans. The white Europeans and black Europeans, meaning the status. You came over here as a European that had no history, family line tied to no schooling, married into some Moorish family line, then you're black. You know about your Moorish family line and all that type of stuff like that. You got schooling, you're educated, you're an apprentice, you're not a prisoner, you're not a rouge, you're not an aristocrat. Then you are looked at as a Moorish, ipso jure Moorish subject. Those Europeans were what they called them, second-class royalty, aka second-class nobility. That's what it was. We was noble, they was second-class nobility. So they never lost their nobility, which meant they were white. Black ones who lost their family line, you come over here talking about some Bible, but you don't know your real family. You're black. You're a Negro. You lost your damn mind. You don't know who your family is. You could be Asian. You could be Israeli. Any of that. Any of those corporate terms. You could be that. If you don't know who your real family is, like you call yourself Chinese, you're black because your family is Manchuria. If you call yourself Brazilian, you are black. I don't care how pale you are. Because I see y'all like the fiesta, all this stuff. Y'all like to lighten yourself to try to show off it's Spanish. But y'all ain't never been to Spain. How y'all Latin, but y'all ain't speak Latin? Latinas, listen. All y'all, everybody is enslaved in their mind. Because nobody is identifying themselves who they really are. Mexicans, right? How come y'all not calling yourself the Mexicans? Or the She? Olmecs even. No, you know y'all have a treaty down there with what's that? Mexico Treaty of Hidalgo and Guadalupe. Y'all treaty connects y'all all the way up from the western portion of the whole North Americas all the way up to Canada. From and when you look at the map, the treaty, it shows you this connection is connecting from Mexico. So guess what that means? And when you read the article, I can't remember what article it is. I think it's article 9 or something. It shows you in there that you're allowed to travel freely in between the connected territories. Why are y'all worried about a wall? They're trying to be illegal is why. Y'all trying to come in here and get benefits off the United States with the income tax that's been abolished by this Senate. This Congress has abolished the IRS. As we know it, the IRS is abolished. Is that House Resolution, I think, what, 25? You can go on Google. Go on Google, type in abolition of IRS. Abolition of IRS. I want to think of what else to say to put in there to make it just pop right up. Abolition of IRS and the income tax. Abolition of IRS and income tax. I think it's House Resolution 25. If it's not, I think it's 50. I can't even remember because I'm thinking about some United States codes. But yeah, you just go study your own stuff. Shoot, giving enough. You teach y'all everything, and what that do is make y'all lazy. So I'ma force y'all to look at these darn slaves that was here. So it just shows you. You can't tell me about what slavery did to you. You didn't know nothing about no slavery. You didn't go through it. You were taught that you were a slave. Show me where you were a slave at. It don't come from Roots movie, a book from school, or some media thing, putting it into you today. Family say you Indian. Everybody who's dark family like, y'all know we were Indians. But after they seen Roots, they forgot. They was like, oh, Kunta Kinte, that's my I swear, yo, all of these 50-year-old people, 50, 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds, they believe in Roots. Like, they believe in Roots, bro. Like, it's like, go back and watch the Boondocks episode. The way, what's his name, Tim was talking to Ruckus about Roots. That's how most black people are. When I say black people, I'm talking about people who don't know who their family is. They believe in movies to tell them their reality of who they are. They read a book and think, oh, I know something. Like, look at the Arabs. They read the Quran and they think they Moors now. To the point where when Moors pop up, they saying, y'all not Moors. Until some Moroccans get themselves straight. You know where this is? You wouldn't have a language if it wasn't for us. A way to eat, a house to live at, a damn religion to sit up here and shit on y'all wives with. Doing it wrong. Whatever happened to the 3 females? 360 deities up in that Kaaba. One for every day of the week. Why y'all take that down? Because y'all heathens. Hate women. Took the damn... Yet, when you go through the masjid, there's a crescent moon on every single one of them joints. Ask any of them imams, what does that mean? And I bet you he tell you to go somewhere. Because he not honoring the mother. That's why Noble Drew Ali had to come get all these people right. Let's deal with it. Here we go. Yeah, see, I like this. Here we go. Oh, man. Now y'all gonna love this. Y'all gonna love this. No wonder that Frederick Douglass would declare to white audience on Independence Day, 9 years before the Civil War, this 4th of July is yours, not mine. The British aristocracies, remember the aristocrats I told you about, the criminals? The British aristocracy penchant for arming Negroes and Indians for combat against white Americans has largely been forgotten today. Let me read that part again. The British aristocracy, remember the British that broke away from the ipso jure Moorish subject? These criminals, what was they doing? They armed Negroes. Who are Negroes? Fallen Moors. So they don't know themselves. They willing to shoot their own family up if you give them enough money. And Indians, who those? Those are fallen away Moors. They willing to shoot their brother tribes up if you give them enough money. Or whip wampum. The fuck? No, my fault. They sold all that out. Y'all, they sold all of that out for trinkets of plastic jewelry. This is history. They say that. They say that the trade with these Indians, so you don't want to talk about Indian treaty, these motherfuckers came over and gave y'all plastic costume jewelry and you sold your whole nation out. Go look up William Cuffey. That's ODB grandpa. And see what he did and why ODB died talking about something he gonna get that land back and why he couldn't. Your grandpa sold it. Guess who would have had to get it back? Your mom. Or somebody who was a female. And guess what she was saying? You ain't getting that back dirty. You might as well forget. So she has lost herself. When a woman forget who she is, they look at this is it from the guy in the shock with the whole Indian treaty thing, the whole what all the 50 tribes are supposed to know. If the Rone woman, aka the royal women, forget who she is as a so-called 5 title tribes or family member, her family is deemed she is deemed buried, and her family is deemed extinct. Unbury the mother, like Noble Drew Ali did with her in his arms, dust her off, and so the humanity is on her womb, so you could return yourself back to the constitutional fold and the divine national side of your family. You don't want to be in your family no more? Damn heathens. So here we go right here. Let me show you how y'all heathens. Because the British armed Negroes and Indians to combat against white Americans. You know what a white American is? A Moor. A European is free. They know who he is. Y'all want to fight us. Going at it with some criminals. See? Oh, y'all hate that's why y'all don't want to deal with colors. Because when we strip them colors away, it make the Black Panther sing again. It make him sing like we cut his feet off. What happened when Killmonger went through there? Hate that movie. Y'all don't even know what it's about. Bull was in Watts, Compton, Oakland somewhere, and never forgot his national tongue. Never forgot what he was and who he was, and his symbols in his lip. What? Y'all Negroes up here going with the damn British, getting guns from them, Indians getting guns and help from the British, acting like it ain't that. Acting like it ain't that. Y'all still want reparations as Indians? You got to be black to get reparations. Coons. Put your black mask on and be coon then. Do you know what Europeans do for hunting when they go hunting with their bloodhounds? Do you know what they do? They hunt raccoons. There's a movie called Where the Red Fern Grows and a book that's better. Read the book about where the red fern grows so you can see how the young boy grows up to get his bloodhounds to hunt coons. And they call them coons. They're not talking about black people. They're talking about fucking raccoons. God damn it. Why would you... You got to be smarter than that. You got to be quicker than that. So, it's funny that Frederick, this Negro, Frederick, is saying that 4th of July is not Moors, but 4th of July date is 7-4. 4 quadrants. Why is Independence not Moors? Independence Day. If it wasn't for the days, L's, Bays, Ali's, and Eels that brought independence to this nation, we were independent. We crafted it. We manufactured what European independence even is. So that's our shit. Why would you be mad that they light Chinese firecrackers to honor you on that day? They're honoring you. They're thanking you for being here on Thanksgiving. Don't get all huffy puffy in the goddamn story that never happened. Christopher Columbus, who? That guy never existed. Christopher Columbus is a title, is an action that Europeans do. They Christopher Columbus. What does that mean? They offer you Christ and conquer you. Columbus means colonize. His name was, they say it was really Cristobal Colon. Cristobal.
Vespucci Day.
Yeah. Vespucci Day. That's like if we was to do that. Celebrate Vespucci. That's crazy. What was the name of America before America? Ooh, you little slaves. You want to know? It's called Mauritania Tingitana. It's called Morocco. You know what they will. Oh, guess what? I used to say that too. Morocco is French. Guess what was over here? French. The Frank people. Go look up the free colored people. The free colored people of America that your boy Toussaint Louverture won the fort against. The free colored people, they got that label put on them. These were free French speaking people that lived all the way from Louisiana all the way up through. Man, y'all don't even know. Go look up New France and go look up the area that they show you it comprised of, and that's where your people was speaking French. The Franks, way before any Europeans, and it was over here. Toussaint Louverture went to war with these people. Dessalines had to come shut his ass down because they called him the Black Napoleon because he was working for Napoleon. Toussaint Louverture. Denmark, Visigoth. Y'all don't like Visigoths. You don't like the Visigoths, but y'all like Denmark, Vessi. You need to investigate all of these people that you learn about through these European books. They're telling you about their help. The British loyalists. That's your family. What's the name of Morocco? Now, America. Then they named that place Morocco in 1956. So this was Morocco before that place. They switched it in 1956. Oh, thanks. Thanks.
Sorry. How much? 20. Regular? Thank you.
The brother just noticed my damn little sass thing was hanging out the car. He had to let me know, like, yo, brother. So I'm surprised he didn't go in, because usually it'd be a whole thing. It'd be a whole conversation you would have about the way I get up. But yeah, like, y'all need to go just do more research. Don't you tell me about ain't no slaves in America that was pale, and don't tell me every slave in America was dark skinned. You know, do some research. Go watch that movie and go watch. This the study what they gotta do for me. They gotta go watch Taraji P, and then they gotta do what Taraji P told the young Moors to do when they tried to tear up Keys. And she said, "Don't tear that up. Go read that. You can learn something." So these Moors got to go read the KKK standards principles, because I read it last night, and ain't nothing in there about black slavery, black racism, These people, the prophet, they was learning under the prophet. I promise you to God, that's where they got the damn garments. I promise you, in basements of people who had plantations, there were actual farmers. They taught the Europeans underground, because the Europeans were slavery. He taught them underground. The nigga came out with the capes on. Wear the mask so they'll never know about your past. And can't nobody break that down, because they don't never tell you. I know, because I read their shit. Why is there a holy book called the Quran and the vice president's called the Caliph? Take the L out, you get Caliph. Huh? So when did it come out? 1915? That's 2 years after somebody established the Canaanites temple, right? So prophet was the universal prophet. He let them people know, look, if you want nationality, y'all got to be Christian Protestant. What's Christian Protestant? Christian Protestant is a Christian that don't believe in Catholicism. They don't believe in going to war and conquering people. Protestant. Protest. Don't go to war. Guess what? What's the opposite of war, Morris? Peace. Do you know that Protestant is their way of saying they're peacemakers? Huh? Peace. Islamism. Muslim sons. That's who they are. Peace. Who do they terrorize with with those Moorish garbs on? Because those uniforms they wear are Moorish. Go look up Spain, 1611. Processions of Moors. They got. Matter of fact, when you wore those in black, those were the damn 12 justices that you had to see before they gave you that sentence. And best believe it was Moors. All them torture devices, all that all that inquisitional shit. That was Moors against Moors. Only Moors created torture devices. Please know. But y'all go do that research, please. Go find that Moors. Original Moors wore what you see is the KKK uniform, but the hat way up into the air. That thing, if a a Negro was to see how we used to dress, Moors used to dress with that uniform, oh, it'd scare, because the damn cone is so high, you'd have thought a star fell out the sky. Oops.
He said you look very different.
Islam. See? Morris, he look different when you put your stuff on. Look different when you get in the light. But this is how it works. We gotta get ourselves right. We gotta get ourselves together. So when it's time in the next 2 or 3 years, we gonna have to have our businesses right, because by 2030, European got something for y'all who still want to be black. And this is all important to what I'm talking about. He know time is up. Oprah said it. So they let one of their sellout mothers say it, because it has to be from the melanin dominance, because their melanin will get in line when she says it. It happened to CP in this movie. Y'all gotta watch it, bro. Understand, like Taraji, I don't know who she dealing with when it comes to Hollywood, but her movies are very, very, very inspirational and enlightening. Degrading, hurtful, and hateful. It's the balance. It's like Hidden Figures, bro. Like, that movie is secretly about 3 Egyptian mothers or 3 Egyptian days. But then when you look those mothers up, it's really mothers that was in acid killing it. But it still ties back, because what they were studying was the same sciences from these mothers in Kemet. I think Sachet was calculus, techie. So when you hear people say a nerd is a techie, they get that from Kemet, a mother who was the goddess of astronomy, I think, or it was calculus, trigonometry, and I think geometry. So it was Sachet, a techie, and Atert Shemat. That's in the book. The Black Doves, the Oracle of the Sibyls. Sibyl oracles, whatever. Like no, my fault. Mixing the books up. That's from the Sibyl's Oraculum. Sibyl's Oraculum. you can get that joint. It's in there. Like, so, yeah, that sums it up. Y'all need to go look at that KKK stuff and get back to me and get back to yourselves, both of them. Because if you don't see Noble Drew Ali in their books, their standards and principles, you still need to go. You need to go back to the state, turn that button back in, and just go back to sleep. Cause not right now. It'll be over in breakfast time. He said the war, if we was to wake our mothers up or whatever, he said something about if we was to study ourselves, save ourselves, whatever, it'll be like the fight will be over in breakfast. A breakfast fight, meaning it'll be over overnight. Wouldn't even be no big war. By the time we wake up tomorrow, everything will be fixed. He said if y'all Moors not careful, it'll be 50 years. It'll be another 50 years and you won't know me. And then he said it another time. He said it'll be another 50 years. So he's talking about 100 years. Moors. It's going to be 100 years in 2029 since this man has left us. His, like, everything. That's what I'm telling. Do you understand how divine this shit is? Like, he set his shit up to where the European, a year after 2029, is about to go in. What you talking about? He already got the orders and all that stuff that y'all scared of and all the King Alfred. He got it all set up for 2030. You better be ready. And Moors, we ain't got nothing to worry about. We just got to step aside and let the caveat emptor happen. Read caveat emptor again, and it'll tell you what it is. Cast out cast out the carcasses for us. So, because basically, this thing is, we gonna be in our allodial capacity. So, like, we're invisible out here, just moving. And what these colonizers and these bloodthirsty vagrants and vampires is gonna be saying to us is, yo, cast out them dead carcasses y'all still protecting. These blacks that ain't right. And we not keeping them. We not holding them. We giving them everything they need to say they self. It's their fault that they don't want to take it. So it's saying cast out the dead carcass so we can feast on their bones, bro. And then let it bask in the sundry, the sun. Man, you got to read that, Joy. Noble Drew Ali's Caveat Emptor. This dude has the writings of like everything that you need to know. Read Caveat Emptor. Read the Divine Warning to the Nation so you can see how MLK divisively took what was divine and made it a dream. Niggas was already woke already. Why we had to go back to sleep? Only to find out that nigga, he woke up from the dream when he met Elijah Muhammad. And Elijah Muhammad said, boy, what you doing? And he said, I don't know, man. What's wrong with Malcolm? He said, you need to stop acting like you ain't a field nigga with us. You playing house Negro. But the house on fire, Malcolm. But the house on fire, Martin. That's what Elijah told that boy. His last speech was way different. That boy sound like a retired a retired pastor. That nigga sound like it was over. Look at his face. Look at his face. At the picture. See, Ra is all on my shoulder. Look at the face. His face when you look at his assassination pictures. Look at his face. Pay attention to his face. And look at the face of them jerks around him. Like Jesse Jackson, who also wore fez with Malachi Z. York, but then got ghost when Malachi Z. York had to face that indictment. All these people dirty. How come Mr. Paul Mooney never told you that we were Moors? He liked to tell you we niggers and Negroes and like to say the word white 100 times a day to keep your teeth white, but then they made him stop saying white for like a year or two. Remember that? And he stopped too. What made him stop? How did they get Paul Mooney to stop saying nigga, bro? You wanna know why? Because Paul Mooney, one of those individuals with no backbone, if you can't tell. He got sons. What does that ever mean? Dwayne Wade got a son. My fault. He got a daughter. Dwayne Wade got a little girl. What's that mean?
My girls.
That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. It's all about how you taking care of this daughter. How you raising a seed from the dirt or the earth, which is your
mother
womb.
Is sitting there co-signing. My girls. My girls. Your son is in the picture. Hold on. What are you talking about? Your girls.
Zaya. Like, this is the part of the Zion movement, the Zion condition of these Europeans. Zionist movement. They got this. He got a Zion. Daddy, look, it's bigger than this. Yo, y'all gotta go watch that movie. Mike and Larry. Remember the son? The son who was gay as hell. He kept coming through doing little splits and being a ballerina. They was trying to get him to be a man so bad. But it was just in his heart. It was in his little butterfly heart. His daddy, look, he did a split. Like, oh, what was that about? These dudes just trying to marry each other in front of this young man. It's confusing.
For a retreat, for a massage and stuff. It was for like them to get a getaway. Yeah, like they were supposed to have a like spa retreat or some shit was going on, and they was like, it's only for couples.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, we gotta do this. Stupid.
Like, so it show you again, marriage and homosexuality. If you watch Mike and Larry movie, marriage and homosexuality is two businesses or two tools that these corporations use to fund their business, their interest. So racism is also an interest. It fits in the category of prejudice. It's not really real. It's like we play color racism, we play homosexuality stuff, we play women rights and black rights, all that. It's the tools for us to run our corporation. What do they care about spending fiat on stuff? Their founding fathers taught them well. So when Noble Drew Ali say, honor your fathers and forefathers and foremothers, your days to be long on the earth plane, he's saying that honor the Christian Protestant. Why? Because that son is doing nothing but following the son, the Moor son that was Christian. You honor him. You don't go to war with him when you wake up. Honor the nigga. Shit. Just let him be Christian and you stay what you're doing. Hell yeah. I gotta it's a session that has to happen more, so I gotta hurry this up. But yeah, like honor your family and whatnot, and return back to your vine and fig tree, like the prophet told you. You have to. And as far as y'all Europeans, read KKK. Y'all need to read the KKK standards too, so y'all can understand the media playing with us. They got us all thinking that we hate each other, and it's not that. You got to read what the original people was about, and they was not about hate. You got your ass whipped if you try to destroy somebody's stuff with the KKK. So what does that mean then? Who was really destroying people's property if the KKK stuff is totally against all that? It got infiltrated, y'all. KKK got infiltrated. So on that note, I bid you adieu. Islam, peace and love. Go study.